Are you wasting your money and time on skincare hacks that are not effective? I'm Dr. Mamina, and today we're going to find out the answer to that by going through a few of the most viral skincare hacks. I'm a triple board certified dermatologist. I focus on healing the skin beyond the surface with a holistic approach, but also sticking to the science-backed facts. We do this every week on Fridays, so if you haven't already, follow along, subscribe, and like this video. Today we're gonna go over viral skincare hacks, and I will give you my expert opinion if you should try them out or avoid them at all costs. Here is the first video. Okay, so this is a video of somebody using rice to make a mask. I actually am a fan of rice. I think there are a lot of beneficial properties of rice for the skin. Rice can have some antioxidant and some soothing anti-inflammatory properties, so it can help brighten the skin, it can help calm the skin, it can also help hydrate the skin. So this is interesting. I haven't seen people blend everything together, the rice with the water. I usually see people kind of strain the rice out of the water and use the rice water itself. But I guess this could potentially have more benefits. I could see it being more messy though. Because this is a DIY mask, I don't recommend that you keep it around that long. Something that you probably just want to use that day and discard the rest of it. If you really, really want to keep it, I would say definitely no more than a week in the fridge. She said 1 to 2 weeks, but I would say probably no more than a week. She said jasmine and basmati rice were the two that she used. I did read somewhere that those two had the least amount of arsenic, so I'm on board with that. So what's the final verdict? Rice DIY face mask? I would say this is a yes for me. I am a fan of rice for the skin. All right, let's move on to our next video.
Okay, let's go over the exact ingredients that I use in this mask. When you're putting this stuff on your face, it's really important that you are using the right stuff to avoid irritation, clogging your pores and stuff like that. So castor, I don't know how to pronounce it, turmeric powder. This specific one I use from Amazon is made for making face masks. It is known for not staining the skin and also for its antioxidant properties. And of course the brightening, evening complexion, fading acne scars, dark spots, hyperpigmentation. When it comes to making face masks, Manuka honey is definitely the honey you want to go with. While all honey contains some level of natural healing properties, Manuka honey is the most potent, the anti-inflammatory, antibacterial benefits. Now for the ground coffee, you just want to make sure it's a good brand and it's fresh. So I pop open the actual coffee pod that I drink every day, which is the Nespresso coffee pods. This is promoting circulation underneath the eyes to brighten them. And again, I'm going to mix that with Manuka honey. And this is all going to be in my Amazon storefront under even skin tone ingredients.
So she used turmeric, Manuka honey, and coffee. Let's talk about those. Turmeric, I am a fan of orally because it has some wonderful anti-inflammatory properties. It's been shown to be helpful for things like rheumatoid arthritis, with even like cardiovascular disease. There are certain skin conditions that it could be helpful for if taken, like if ingested, things like psoriasis, other inflammatory issues, eczema, something rare called lichen planus. So she's using it topically. Turmeric actually has been used in some skincare products. Now, she's doing a DIY version of turmeric, which is interesting because my biggest hang up is that turmeric can definitely stain the skin. Now, it's cool that she did point out a brand that does not stain the skin. It's hard for me to believe that this doesn't because I'm looking at the picture for using it. It's like a very orange color. So that's something that I would definitely be wary of, especially if you have really light colored skin. I could see how this could be beneficial because like I said, turmeric does have potent antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties, and that can help with skin brightening, like how vitamin C is a potent antioxidant, can brighten the skin. Turmeric has some of those properties. Manuka honey. So honey, I actually am a fan of. Not all honey is created equal, kind of like what she said in the video. Manuka honey, I think, has more medicinal properties to it. It does have some anti-inflammatory and soothing properties. I think it's okay to use as a mask, but it seems so messy and sticky. That would be my main reason to not use it, but like it's safe for the skin. You can use it on wounds, like open skin. So I'm okay with that, but this thing just seems like a total hot mess. And then coffee. So coffee has caffeine. It also has polyphenols, which are a form of antioxidants, and caffeine that can help with circulation in the skin. It can also even help tighten the skin in a really subtle way. There's a lot of eye creams that have caffeine in it, which can help depuff and help potentially with dark dark circles. I would say that there's probably much cleaner and easier ways to put caffeinated products around your eyes. If you have to do something DIY, I'm a big fan of like even green tea bags and putting them in the fridge so you have that component of something cool to depuff and the caffeine to help with the circulation and the skin tightening. So the verdict is, I personally would not do this, but if you have the patience and the time to deal with the hassle and the messiness of using these ingredients, then I'm okay with it. All right, let's look at our next video.
It's been 1 year since I washed my face and it's healed my skin. Since I was about like 15 years old, I've had some sort of acne on my face, and I was always convinced that this like elaborate long skincare routine and all these fancy products was what was going to heal my acne and help with my skin. But it was actually doing quite the opposite. In fact, cleansing my skin every day, morning and night, was actually destroying my skin's moisture barrier. Now repeat after me. Sebum is not the issue. The problem is the overproduction of sebum, which in turn clogs our pores, causes infection, redness, and thus acne. So instead, in the morning, I'll dry brush like I'm doing right here. This really helps to exfoliate so there's no dead skin cells that can clog my pores. And then I rinse my face with some warm water, and I'll apply some beef tallow if it's really cold out to moisturize. And then in the evening, when I get home, I rinse my face with some warm water again, and then I'll apply beef tallow serum to moisturize once again. Less is more. Nourish your body on the inside, and it's gonna reflect on the outside.
Okay, this is an interesting video. I do agree with her overall premise of less is more. There are definitely very gentle and safe skincare products that are safe to use, that won't strip your skin. It's just a matter of finding the right ones. So there's definitely a few things to comment about this video. I'm very impressed at how her skin is looking as she's dry brushing compared to what it was before when she was dealing with acne. I'm curious to know what products she did use before when she did have more acne, because there are certainly products out there that can be stripping, and if you strip your skin barrier, then you will just potentially deal with other issues. You can deal with, of course, increased sensitivity, acne, rosacea, eczema. Things don't heal as well. Now, dry brushing. Let's first talk about that. I am a fan of dry brushing on the body. The premise with dry brushing is that it can help stimulate blood flow. It helps with circulation. It also does a little bit of exfoliation. The thing is, I feel like there's much better ways to exfoliate than dry brushing your face. I don't know how soft those bristles are, but in general, the skin on our face is a little bit more delicate than the rest of our body. And so we have to be careful about not ruining our skin barrier with a physical product. I am more of a fan, if it comes to exfoliating and preventing a buildup of dead skin cells, to use a gentle exfoliant. There's a lot of really great ones out there. If you can't tolerate a low strength alpha hydroxy acid, like a low strength lactic acid or glycolic acid, then I would look into something like a gentle fruit enzyme. So then she talked about not washing her face. That I don't think I'm on board with. I think that it is important to wash your face regularly, because unfortunately we live in a different world compared to what the world was like 300, 400, thousands of years ago. There's different elements in our environment, and we can be exposed, whether it's to pollution, makeup, sunscreen, those types of things. And we want to wash those off before we go to bed, because those affect our skin cells. And then the other thing she talked about in the video was using beef tallow. That's a whole nother subject, but I will say briefly that beef tallow does have some interesting benefits. The kind of oil or lipid composition of beef tallow is similar to the human sebum composition. I do have to say though that beef tallow is just not regulated at all. We don't know where it's sourced from. I don't think they're all created equal. And we also don't know how beef tallow is staying preserved. My overall take with beef tallow is that I would stay away unless you truly understand the source and trust the source. So what's the verdict? Dry brushing the face, not washing the face, and using beef tallow, that is going to be a no for me. I do think that her skin looks better. I'm very happy for her, but I cannot wholeheartedly recommend this to my patients. Okay, let's review our last video.
Do you have uneven, dull skin or active acne and scarring? I have a 1-ingredient mask that will transform your skin. All you need is a tomato. Yes, tomatoes are rich in vitamin C, which help brighten skin, vitamin A, which help with sun damage, and vitamin K, which help heal your skin. It is also acidic, so it helps maintain your skin's pH level while deep cleansing your skin. It's perfect for acne-prone and oily skin types to help prevent and treat breakouts. I like to use a fan so the juice dries quickly and wait 20 to 30 minutes for the seeds on your face to dry. I gently cleanse off with warm water and admire that tomato glow. This is my skin with no moisturizer after the mask.
Okay, her skin does look good, but are tomatoes really beneficial for the skin? Tomatoes, they do have some vitamins, vitamin A, vitamin C, which both can be very beneficial for the skin. The question is like, how much vitamin A and vitamin C does it have? I was also reading too that tomatoes can have some astringent properties. It also has some acids in it, which, you know, our skin is naturally slightly acidic, but what we don't want are harsh acids that are over exfoliating or overly drying. So that is also an issue that I have, that tomatoes can potentially be irritating or even drying to the skin. It does have a little bit of citric acid in it. This does look a little messy, so it feels like there's better options that you can do, that you can buy, that are nicer and easier to use. It's really cheap, so I do have to say that if you have oily or acne prone skin, if your skin is not sensitive, if it's not dry, this may be something to try, but I would definitely be cautious if you do have a tomato allergy or if you do have sensitive skin. So what is the verdict? The verdict is, this seems like it potentially has some nice benefits for the skin, but I can see this potentially being irritating for people too. So I could not wholeheartedly recommend it, but I would say that if it works for you and helps with your oily skin, I don't think it's a problem. That's a wrap on some of the interesting, some may say crazy skincare hacks that are currently trending. As always, I'm here to debunk any skincare misinformation. Now that you know which hacks to try out or skip, let me know if there are any others you want me to test out or debunk. Be sure to check out the description for a list of all my skincare favorites, and don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.